So obviously, now that the house is done, it's time to focus on other things that are also really important. One of those things is getting these lovely chickens into a new house. So this is the pen they've been in for a while. If you've seen some of the other videos on my channel, you may have seen some of the drone footage. I'll put that up right here where you can see there are actually squares of bright green grass. I'm gonna actually flip the camera around. I'm gonna show you some of these squares that are as recent as within the last couple of weeks, and you can see how much darker green from the nutrients that because the ground has been fertilized by these chickens in this chicken tractor being moved around. So check this out right here. So you can see the squares where the chickens have been at, and you can see how much darker green they are. That's really cool. That's one of the many reasons that we have chickens, not just to produce eggs for us, but to fertilize the ground. And we also use them for natural pest control. So they eat a lot of the bugs, common pests that you see. So that's why we have the chickens, which is awesome. This coop was built about a year ago is when I built this. This was just a quick thrown together. I just needed something because it was a friend that was, friend of a friend was getting rid of chickens, and I just needed something to throw together real quick so they had somewhere to be, somewhere that would work to keep them safe because, you know, we weren't living here. We were working on building the house. So the house is now built and this coop is falling apart. And let me show you a couple of the design features about this coop, and then I'm gonna go show you some of the design features on the new coop, and then we'll go about the business of moving them. Okay, so the first feature, first of all, it's a little grubby because I forgot to move them yesterday because they're getting a new coop, and I'm really sorry, guys. So the first feature is we have the coop portion and then more of a run. It's all connected, as you can see in here, and we've got roost bars running across. Pretty straightforward, just really basic stuff. You can pull this bolt out, and then there's a door that opens, and we can see inside. Hey guys. So we've got obviously you can see there's roost bars here. This water and feeder setup is actually terrible. It's a pain in the neck to use. We've not been real happy with it. It's just not well suited to how we're keeping these chickens. So that's one of the problems. The other issue that you can see right here is this is just OSB. It's not painted, it's not covered, there's not actually a roof of any kind on this. This is just OSB that we threw together and just because we needed something to work. And these are our nest boxes here on the outside. As you can see, they're starting to fall off because they're just screwed into the OSB, which is swollen. So this lid is not attached, and this is great, but like, they're not clean. And even though we keep putting fresh grass in here, every time it rains, the grass gets wet. And once the grass gets wet, it starts to compost. Compost is great, not when it's in your nest box. So this has got to go. This is just, it has gotten the job done, but it's not great. So we're gonna be done with that. So let's go check out the new coop. I'm gonna show you some of the design features that make it so much better than that coop, and then we'll get about the business of getting these chickens moved over. There's a number of design features that I wanna talk about. The first is you'll notice this coop has hidden fastener standing seam metal roof on it, which matches the roof on the house because this is some of the leftover roof pieces that we ordered, and because this is all custom ordered and we can't send it back, we had some extra roof, which just happened to be enough to put together a really sweet chicken coop. Now, this coop is also substantially bigger than the other coop. The other coop is 8 foot by 10. This is, I think we're 12. It's a lot bigger than the other coop was. Now, obviously, as you can see, we are still in the progress of getting the chicken wire laid out over the run area. We're doing something a little different with this to give it some structural rigidity. We're using ratchet straps to give some tension and some strength to try to make it a little bit lighter. This coop is substantially heavier. One of the reasons for that is because we've got zip system siding. So we've got just real heavy zip. So I actually designed this wheel lift system that works really well. Let me show you what this looks like when it's functional. So this system is designed to be operated by someone not quite as strong as me. Now the tires are flat, so it's gonna look a little funny, but you just push down on the end of this lever, lock that in, and now it's up on its wheels, and it's not nearly as much effort as lifting the old coop was. So this is There's still a little bit of work for ready to actually use this. It's not quite ready for prime time yet, but that's okay. So that's the coop lifting mechanism. Now this pipe that you see here, this goes in and down into that bucket, and that eventually this is going to go into a second bucket, and then it's going to basically run a really simple siphon from the outside bucket to the inside bucket. So we'll have 10 gallons of water capacity that can be filled from the outside without having to go inside the coop. So that's what that's all about. Obviously we're in progress, so don't mind the mess. Now this is our custom feeder setup. So 5-gallon bucket full of chicken feed, a little bit of water on top, but that's okay. No water's getting into the feed. And then coming down underneath, we've got this PVC pipe that, as you can see, just hooks into the bottom of the bucket and then runs out to 3 different feeder sections here. Now, I'll poke the camera in here so you can see it. This is what our inside looks like. So there's 3 different spots where it's basically the pipe comes up with a little 45-degree catch so that feed is able to automatically feed down into, gravity pulls the pellets down into here, and then the chickens can reach far enough back into this elbow that they will never run out of food as long as there's food up in the bucket. So automatic feeder system, easy to add, automatically feeds them, and the area they can feed in is so much smaller, they can't poop in it, which is the big problem we're having with the other feeder setup is that they roost on top of the other feeder and they poop in it. This is my favorite feature of this new coop. This is the HenGear Roll nest box. So all you do is you flip those up, pull this back, and voila, all of your eggs are right in here. So if you saw previously, and by previously I mean like a minute ago when I was showing you the other chicken coop, but we have a couple of hens that eat the eggs, and that's problematic. But with this HenGear rollout nest box, you won't have that problem. So I am super, super excited to be able to put this thing into service and just have clean eggs regularly. Now, fun fact, I'm also an affiliate with HenGear, and I'll put the link and the discount code in the description below, and I'll also put it up on the screen somewhere. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But I do have a discount code. You guys can get 10% off one of these nest boxes if you're interested. We've got better nest boxes, better feeding setup, better watering setup, which makes it easier to maintain, easier to service, easier to care for the chickens, as well as giving them better and cleaner food and water. So I am super, super excited to get these moved. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish up putting the chicken wire on the run portion, and then we're gonna move that other coop, drag it over here, and move the chickens over. All right, so lest anybody think that I am rich because I've got all this fancy equipment, I've got a mower, I've got chickens, I've got a house, I've got a tray. Okay, I know it's not necessary to convince you guys how broke I am after having $100,000 stolen from me. If that's news to you, go check out the series where we talked about building my house. It's actually really, really bad. Anyways, this mower was $150, and then I spent 40 bucks to make it run. So calm down, it's less than $200. Anyways, the idea here is we're gonna take that red hand truck, hook it onto the front, we got the wheels in the back, and we're gonna try to pull it with the garden tractor, and we'll see if that works. So, here we go. Come on, ladies. We had a situation, that one right there. Oh, there she goes. The problem is we had a chicken that escaped in transit. So we are going to attempt to lure the chickens from their old pen into their new pen using feed. I intentionally ran them out of feed so they're a little hungry, and hopefully we're able to just open the door because I've lined everything up here pretty well. So where we're at is there's a door right here and there's an opening just right over there. So we're gonna put food in there and we're gonna see if we can get them to just walk right into the new pen. So let's see if this works.
You know how to do the flower. Dad, the white one's coming!
I see it, I see it. All right, be wild and free.
Why are we letting her just die?
She doesn't want to live. We're just gonna have to go catch them. All right, well, I would say that was somewhat to mostly successful. We have 2 chickens running wild. We have to go catch and get back into the pen, and then we're done. And then we gotta seal up the pen and all that stuff. But anyways, most of the chickens are in their new home. So we were able to recover one of the 2 chickens that got out during the move. The other one, that gold buff Orpington, escaped into the trees, and that's off of my property. And there's a ton of ticks and bugs back in there, and it's not my land. We've set her old feed out there, kind of where she tucked into the brush, and it's pulled a little bit back out of the brush. Our hope is that she will come wandering back where she came from. She'll see that feeder, recognize it as home, and come out to it, and then hopefully we can grab her. Yeah, we'll kind of see how the afternoon plays out and if we're able to do that. But for right now, we got all but one of the chickens moved into the new chicken coop. We've got a couple staples in the wire, enough to keep them contained. Obviously, I will add more staples, but where we're at right now is I don't have a door in this new coop yet because we're just kind of struggling, trying to get it done. And so there's not a door to be able to put new chickens in. So I've got the mesh buttoned up enough that chickens aren't gonna get out. It's not enough to protect them from predators yet. So that will have to come this evening, but hopefully we can get that last chicken and get her in because I don't want to lose another chicken. But anyways, the chickens are settling into their new home. They've got lots more room to roost, more room to run around, better access to food, better access to water, better nesting boxes. It's more sanitary. It's better in every possible way. So I am super excited to finally get them into this new coop. And then we also want to run them. Obviously, we're out here back behind the house. We've had some tick issues back in here. We're gonna run the chickens out here and try to do a little bit of natural pest control with the chickens. So I am super stoked about this new coop. Obviously, it's a little messy because actually every piece of lumber in here is left over from the house project. So the only thing that I purchased for this coop to turn it into a coop is I had to buy some poultry netting, so that chicken wire and the screws are the only things that I had to buy. Everything else we already had on hand. So that was nice. So this wasn't a terribly expensive coop to build, even though obviously with standing seam metal, this would normally be expensive to build. But we're here, the chickens are moved in. I think we're gonna wrap this video up here. I think that's enough yakking and showing you the coop. Hey, sorry to cut in here real quick. I did wanna let you guys know that after a spirited chase, after we finished filming the video, I was able to capture that wayward chicken and get it back in with the rest of the hens. And so we didn't end up losing any chickens within this process. But anyways, just wanna let you guys know that. All right, back to the video. Do follow along though, because we are gonna be doing a lot more content in this vein, kind of in the homesteady type space, which is really how we ended up here in Missouri in the first place. But like I said, this is where we are gonna wrap this video up. And if you guys enjoyed it, please give it a like so that it can spread to more people. And check back here another probably month or two. We'll be doing a review on this coop and we'll see how well it's holding up after it's been used for a couple months. So that's enough yakking for today. Remember kids, it's only money, and we'll see you guys in the next video.